So when you're running a business, you're the CEO of the business, you're the founder of the business, you're the president of the business, or you are the COO of the business, or you're the manager of the business. And sometimes you're thinking, how do I expand the business? Typically CEOs and managers of businesses want to expand, want to grow the business. It's very natural. You as the owner of the business, as the founder of the business, you want to make your business better. You have to expand. You have to do things in the business or on the business that you are not doing right now, or you were not doing in the past. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about general ideas that you can consider to expand and grow your business. Now, it's natural that every business, every industry is different, right? So the strategies and the outlook of every business and every industry is going to be different. It's going to vary depending on each business, each founder, each CEO, each industry, right? So it's going to be different for everybody. But in general, there are some principles that every business owner can follow in the pursuit of growing a business. My name is Victor Delerme. I'm a CPA, and thank you so much for coming back. Number one, you want to make sure you are expanding into new markets within the business you are already running. Okay, so for example, if you are a service-based business, you think to yourself, what are other services that I can provide to my clients? Like, what else can I provide to my clients? What other values can I provide to my clients that I haven't considered in the past? Also, if you're selling a product and you have a list of customers, well, you know what your customers are in demand for, right? Like you have an idea of what are the products that they are buying lately. And based on that, you can research with your current customer base, and then you can find out what are some of the products that you can sell to your customer. Now, also, so when we're talking about the services or products that you are offering to your client or your customer, I want you to consider your circle of competence. Like Warren Buffett said, I just stay around my circle of competence. So basically, you want to offer services and products that you understand and you know that your clients are going to value and they're going to accept from you. Number two, you want to increase the efficiency of your operations, right? In order for you to grow your business, in order for you to grow your enterprise, your organization, you want to make sure that you have the right foundation. The foundation is key. Think about when you see a tall building, a skyscraper, right? Or a development. What is the first thing they do? They make sure that the foundation is right and the foundation is solid. Like that's why sometimes you see the big holes on the ground and the big amounts of concrete. When they pour concrete for those foundations, they're making sure that the foundation is right and is solid. And it can withstand sometimes earthquakes, right? Sometimes when there's erosion on the ground, where there's things that happen in the environment that, the foundation is key. Because without the foundation, then the building, the house, the development can be compromised. So with that analogy, I want you to consider, okay, so I want to grow my business, but I don't have the right foundation. So you want to make sure that you have the right management, the right workflows, right? The right technology. You want to make sure that you have the right people in place in the key positions, customer service, people answering the phone, people answering emails, right? You want to make sure there's a internal communication system where you and your team members or the management of the company communicate internally about situations that need to be taken care of, right? So in order for you to grow, you want to make sure that the foundation is solid, your operations are solid, you have the right technology, the right management, right? The right tools. You want to make sure that your operations are solid. Number three, you want to have strategic partnerships. And when I say strategic partnerships, you want to make sure that when you're running a business, you don't know everything, right? Like, so for example, if you're running a business that technology is key, you want to make sure that the technology partner, it's solid and fill the gaps that you have, right? Same again, if you're running a company and marketing is key, marketing is essential, and social media is essential. You want to make sure that your social media partner fills the gaps in the areas in which you need. That way your social media, your technology are running in a way that is not taking too much of your time and you're leveraging your partner's skills in order for you to grow the business. And not only that, but when you do that, you're investing in your partner's business. Number 4, like I was saying on point number 3, marketing and sales. Okay, so in order for you to expand, you have to market. You have to educate people about the products and services that you offer, right? Like you have to basically, like Grant Cardone says, money and business follows attention. So you have to market, right? You have to make sure that people that you want to market to, the clients that you want to pursue, you want to make sure that they understand your services, your products, and the value that you deliver. And in order for you to do that, you have to market, right? So once there's awareness, then you want to make sure that you have the right sales system behind it, because then your sales team is going to educate further your prospects, your customers, your clients. You're going to educate further about the services and products you're going to be offering to them, right? So marketing and sales is key. You want to make sure that you have that in place, because without sales, there's no growth. Think about it. In order for you to make more money, you have to make sales, right? In order for you to make more sales, you have to market. So in order for you to market, you want to make sure that you have the right systems, the right infrastructure, right? So I want you to think about, okay, what are the steps that I need to take in order for me to grow, right? I want you to see it that way, because if you do it that way, by the time you are expanding, growing your business, you have the right infrastructure, the right tools that are going to support the explosive growth that the business is going to have. And number 5, funding. Funding is very important. So the best way for you to fund your business is with the retained earnings of your business, right? So when you do sales, you cover all the expenses of your business, and then you have retained earnings. You have what's left, net cash flows. That net cash flows, you're gonna reinvest it back into the business so you can keep further growing into the future, right? Also, you wanna make sure that you have the right relationships with banks, right? Make sure that you have the right collection system, the right credit card processing systems, right? You want to make sure that you have all these tools in place in order for you to make sure that you have the funding that you need. Sometimes also you need partners that are going to provide funding to your business. Sometimes it's going to be friends and family, right? So you want to make sure that you have enough cash flow, enough runway in order for you to grow the business. It's kind of like what Elon Musk did Q3, Q4 of last year. He sold billions of dollars in stock of Tesla right after he bought Twitter. And the reason he did that is because he said, well, recession is around the corner, and I'm not gonna buy too much stuff, but I wanna make sure that I have enough money in the bank, that I have enough runway so I can withstand, things that are going to happen in the economic environment that he doesn't have any control on, right? But guess what? He's got cash for a few years, right? So he can reinvest in Twitter, right? Or reinvest into, other projects that he deemed are necessary in order for him to be successful, right? So you want to make sure that you have the right funding. Number 6, I almost forgot. You want to improve and innovate. Your business depends on it. Depends on improving, innovating, growing, and getting better. You have to stay agile. You have to be cutting edge. You have to provide customer service the fastest way you can. Your marketing has to be cutting edge. Your production has to be cutting edge, right? It doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money on innovation, right? Basically, you can improve things. You can improve processes. You can improve your business as you go, right? So you're basically testing while you're growing your testing. You see the feedback from your team members. You see the feedback from your customer base, right? So based on that feedback, you can make improvements and innovations for the growth of your business. Okay, so let's recap, guys. Number 1, you want to make sure that you expand within the circle of competence that you are an expert on. Number 2, you want to make sure that you fix your operations. You want to make sure that you improve the operations of your business. Number 3, strategic partnerships. Partners are key in the growth of your business. They're going to fill the gaps, and they're going to make your product or services better. Number 4, marketing and sales. Key is the oxygen and growth of the business. And number 5, that you have enough funding in order for you to grow your business. Point number 6, you want to improve and innovate. Right. So when you're growing a business, it's going to be a journey and it's going to be very interesting, right? So like if you see all the big companies, the Apples, the Microsoft, the Tesla, right? They've grown, right? They have focused on some of these elements that we just discussed. So I'm going to give you an example. Consider Apple. When Steve Jobs came back to Apple, he basically eliminated everything that was not adding value to their customers. They eliminated apparel, they eliminated the Newton, they eliminated a bunch of things that did not make any sense. And they just focused on one thing and one thing only. And it was the Mac computer, right? Those color Mac computers, they just focused on that. And they went really hard at it with the right marketing, the right approach, the right product. After that, they researched the market and they saw there was an opportunity with music, right? And then they came with the iPod, right? And they went hard on the iPod and they focused on the iPod for years, right? They made it better, improved it, and make it work and made a lot of money. And guess what? So they have a relationship with the customer. Their customer already has a Mac. Their customer already has an iPod. So they know how their customers behave. So the next thing was, okay, so why don't we do an iPod Touch? So they gave video and music, right? And now they have the computer, the iPod, and the iTouch. The next thing was the iPhone, right? So like, think about it. It was natural progression, right? So they were expanding their circle of competence as they were working on the business, right? So their customers may have a watch, may have an iPod, may have a Mac, and definitely will have an iPhone, right? Their customers have 4 different products from Apple. They may also have an iTunes account. They may also have an Apple TV account, right? So they may have 5, 6 different things in their ecosystem. So they have been expanding on a little by little basis, right? Because they knew their customer, they researched, right? And they provided value. But in order for them to provide all these products, guess what? Now we can talk about like the operations of the business, right? So Apple designs in the US, right? They design all the products in the US and then they partner with Foxconn in Asia. And they have a great partner in Foxconn because Foxconn specializes on manufacturing. Apple doesn't specialize in manufacturing. Way back when they did, but now they specialize in design and marketing, right? And they outsource the manufacturing to Foxconn, right? So think about it. They have the right partnerships in order for them to grow the business. So they focus on what is best for them, right? And then they partner and they outsource what is their weakness, right? And by doing so, they invest money in their partner and also save money. Apple is marketing all the time, right? So whenever you pull your iPhone out or someone pulls an iPhone out, you see the product, right? That's marketing by itself, right? When you turn your Apple TV, the first thing you see is Apple. That's marketing right there, right? So like they're marketing all the time to their client base, to their customer base, right? So they're very smart about what they're doing. So you want to learn from them, right? Like, do you want to learn, okay, how do I grow my business? One of the best ways you can do this is by learning from one of the big companies out there. In this case, we're learning a lot from Apple. Yeah, so follow these steps, utilize these steps, do your research, do your reading, implement, and I wish you success in your business. This is Victor Delerme, I'm a CPA, and I will see you soon.